Hi friends, and welcome to the channel. Today, on the first video of 2022, is going to be me talking about my most anticipated films of 2022. I'm not going to go through a whole spiel. I'm not going to make this like some overly long, deep analysis video of every single film that I'm looking forward to in 2022. But I just wanted to quickly sit down with you guys and tell you the films I'm very much looking forward to in 2022. So many films from so many different filmmakers who I have nothing but respect for are coming out. There's also a plethora of blockbusters and indie and awards contenders, so much. And obviously, I don't know everything that's coming out because there could be some films that premiere at film festivals throughout the year, and then they end up being like the big films that people talk about in 2022. Come 2023, after 2022 ends, that's so many usages of the word 2022 in one sense. By the time I finish this video, 2022 is going to be over. So, I say without further ado, let's just get right into it. Let's talk about my 10 most anticipated films of 2022. I have them right here on my phone, and I cannot wait to tell you guys the films I'm looking forward to. So just let's get right into it because I am exhausted and I want to go to sleep. I'm a busy bee, guys. White Noise is kicking off the list at number 10. This is the newest film from Noah Baumbach, and it stars Adam Driver and Greta Gerwig. I mean, do I need to say any more other than the fact that it's Noah Baumbach, Adam Driver, and Greta Gerwig all together for one project? I mean, this is going to be the first time that all three of them are collaborating together since the really excellent Frances Ha, but also Adam Driver and Noah Baumbach have collaborated on so many films, same with Noah and Greta. I mean, Noah and Greta are together in real life, but Adam and Noah have done like 4 films together. They just collaborate together on his last film, Marriage Story, which was amazing, of course. And Greta Gerwig has had a wonderful career for herself these past few years when she stepped behind the camera. Love Lady Bird, love Little Women, cannot wait for White Noise. I'm not sure if this is going to be more of a comedy or more of a drama or if it's going to be a mix of the two. But however it plays out, I cannot wait to see White Noise. Spaceman as a film comes to Netflix some point in 2022 that stars Adam Sandler as an astronaut in another serious performance. This time, though, it's under the direction of the guy behind Chernobyl. I mean, does that not sound awesome to you guys? Carey Mulligan, Paul Dano, and Kumail Nanjiani from The Big Bang Theory are co-starring in this movie. Now, Chernobyl was a fantastic limited series. It was definitely one of the best things on television that I personally may have ever seen. But also, I love serious Sandler, and his performance in Uncut Gems is still one of the best performances of the past 10 years, in my opinion. And this is probably going to be some like deeply dark, disturbing, psychological sci-fi film, which really could hopefully maybe lead to Adam Sandler again his very first Academy Award nomination, even though it should have happened years ago when he did Punch Drunk Love and maybe Reign Over Me and then the Meyerowitz Stories and then Uncut Gems, but it could happen for Spaceman. Not my favorite title, very simplistic, but if I'm going to be honest, that doesn't deteriorate my excitement for this film. And I cannot wait to see Spaceman. Oh my god, it just sounds so wonderful. And it could be wonderful, it could be crap, but I have a feeling it's going to be great. Don't Worry, Darling is the newest film from Olivia Wilde following the absolutely fantastic Booksmart from a few years ago. And this stars Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Chris Pine. Olivia Wilde happens to be in this herself. This is a psychological thriller set in the 50s, and that's really all I know. I love Florence Pugh. She's one of the best actresses working today. Chris Pine is a delight. Olivia Wilde did such a great job with Booksmart that I'm obviously amped to see what she does next. And I'm really mostly curious about how Harry Styles does in this film. Because sure, he's acted in some stuff before, but this is probably, I believe, his first official lead-in role. And this is really going to factor in of how I feel about him as an actor. I think he's a very wonderful person. I think his music's very good. But he's not my favorite person, but I have a feeling that Olivia Wilde wouldn't have casted him if she didn't see something special in him. I mean, now they're together, and she left my boy Jason Sudeikis for him, which breaks my heart because my dear Ted Lasso. But it's okay. Things happen for the best, and as long as she's happy with Harry, that's what matters. But I'm very excited for Don't Worry, Darling. I don't know much about it. I just want this movie to come out now. We got that little teaser, and I'm just like, I need this right now. Please give this to me now. I've definitely become a big fan of the Mission Impossible films over the past few years, and it getting great at 7 movies is insane to me. The franchise just gets better and better and better. Every time they have a new installment coming out, I'm like, how are they going to top the last one? And they do it every single time. How do they do that? All the images that I've seen from the set of Tom Cruise doing more crazy stunts, the guy is going to be 60 this year. Let's just take that in for a second. And he's doing all these crazy, dangerous stunts. But also, these movies are able to have really great stories incorporated into them, as well as amazing action sequences. I am a firm believer that Mission Impossible 7 is going to be another great installment in this franchise, and I cannot wait to see how it plays out. I'm really, really hoping it's great, but trusting Christopher McQuarrie and Tom Cruise, I have a feeling we're going to get something really, really special. Especially in IMAX. Oh my god, it's going to be insane watching this on the big screen. It's going to be a hell of a roller coaster, let me tell you. Number 6 is going to be The Fabelmans. This is a semi-autobiographical coming-of-age drama written and directed by Steven Spielberg. Michelle Williams, Seth Rogen, and Paul Dano are headlining this film. And I mean, if you're not excited for that trio under the direction of Spielberg, you would be a moron to say otherwise, because that lineup is definitely exciting. I'm a sucker for coming-of-age films. I love Steven Spielberg, and I love these actors. So I have a feeling this is going to be great. And Spielberg coming off of the excellent West Side Story adaptation that he helmed. I mean, if this is not at least good, I'll be very, very surprised, because I believe that this is going to be a top-tier film for him. Cannot wait to see it. Love myself a good coming-of-age film. Semi-autobiographical tale of Steven Spielberg's childhood. I mean, sign me up, please. Me having Peter Pan and Wendy on the list is going to definitely surprise a lot of people, because they're going to be like, you're really that excited for a Disney remake to put it on your list? And I'm going to tell you, hell yeah, I am. Now, the original Peter Pan is a classic. I know it hasn't aged well these past few years. I will admit that right off the bat. But I loved Peter Pan growing up. And I've loved many other adaptations of Peter Pan. Actually, I shouldn't say many, just one. The 2003 live action one where Jason Isaacs played Captain Hook. That's a really criminally underappreciated movie. It's a genuinely great family film and a great film, period. Hook is a fun time. Finding Neverland's really good. Pan sucked. But I have a feeling that this is going to be at least good, because David Lowery is behind it. Now, if you don't know who David Lowery is, I mean, Ain't Them Body Saints, Pete's Dragon, A Ghost Story, The Old Man and the Gun, and recently The Green Knight. I mean, this guy has a hell of a really excellent track record. And for him to go back to Disney and do a remake for a project that he's clearly passionate about, because I've watched interviews with him where he says that this might be the best film he's ever directed, as well as being his favorite film that he's worked on. I mean, that right there, the passion that he has about this is definitely getting me excited, because I trust David Lowery. He did an incredible job with Pete's Dragon, and I have a feeling that he's going to crush it with this Peter Pan remake. Do we need it? Of course we don't need it. But he said that there's going to be something really special about this that stands out from the original, and I cannot wait to see what he brings to it. I trust him, cannot wait for Peter Pan and Wendy. Am I sad it's going straight to Disney Plus? Yes, I am, because this is something I definitely would have liked to have seen on the big screen, but hey, that's just the power of Disney right now. They just keep dumping everything on their service, so we'll have to see how this plays out, but I'm very, very amped to see Peter Pan and Wendy. Babylon takes the number 4 spot, and this is the newest film from Damien Chazelle. Do I need to say any more when I say that? So many great actors are going to be in this movie. There's a really strong ensemble in this film, but they're being headlined by Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie, both who have never worked with Damien Chazelle. And ironically, a nice little Once Upon a Time in Hollywood reunion. Are we going to get Leo in this movie? I mean, he should also be in this, but you know, what can you do? Things happen, but this sounds like a really exciting film. It's a period piece talking about classic Hollywood, and that's all I know about it. But Damien Chazelle's name attached to it definitely gets me excited, because I love Whiplash. It's honestly one of the best films I've ever seen. La La Land was great, even though I will admit the hype for it has died down these past few years, but I still love that movie. And First Man I thought was great and definitely deserved way more hype than it got. But the fact that it didn't is so disappointing because of little controversy about the film. Like, everyone needs to calm themselves down, because All three of the films that he's made so far are amazing, although I've never seen his directorial debut, but the three that I mentioned are each incredible in their own ways, and I cannot wait for him to return to form. I'm sure it's going to be great. Cannot wait to see it. Robert Eggers is one of the best filmmakers working today, and The Northman is definitely one that a lot of film geeks are amped out of their mind to see. You have Alexander Skarsgård, Ethan Hawke, Nicole Kidman, Willem Dafoe, Anya Taylor-Joy. The Witch was incredible. The Lighthouse was incredible. I could care less about a story about a Viking set in the 10th century, but with that talent involved and the absolutely amazing, jaw-droppingly amazing trailer that came out a while ago, I cannot wait to see how this film plays out because it looks wild, it looks intense. And with Robert Eggers behind it, I'm sure it won't disappoint. I mean, do I really need to add any more when it comes to The Northman? Again, I could care less about Viking stuff, but with Robert Eggers' name attached, as well as that incredible cast, and it can't get here any faster because, oh my god, The Northman, I want it now. Just give it to me now, please. Killers of the Flower Moon is number 2. Martin Scorsese directing, Leonardo DiCaprio, Robert De Niro, and Jesse Plemons starring. This is actually the 10th collaboration between De Niro and Scorsese, as well as the 6th collaboration between DiCaprio and Scorsese. And the fact that they're acting together under Scorsese, that's the first time this has happened. I know they did a short film together many years ago, but this is the first time it's happening with a feature. It's another crime drama. It's probably going to be on the same epic level as The Irishman, although it probably won't be as epic as The Irishman. But, I mean, who knows, honestly, how this film's going to play out. It's costing them a lot of money to make. Apple's co-distributing the film with Paramount. It's definitely going to be psychologically thrilling. I mean, I'm there anytime Scorsese has a film coming out, and that cast alone adds on to the excitement. I cannot wait. I've been waiting 3 years now for Scorsese to make another movie, and I hope this premieres at the New York Film Festival because I want to see DiCaprio with my own eyes. I saw The Irishman at its world premiere at the New York Film Festival back in 2019, so I'm hoping Scorsese says, hey, New York, you know, I love you so much. I make most of my films in New York, so I'm going to premiere the film here. I'm really, really hyped for Killers of the Flower Moon. I just need this movie now. Like, I just want it now so badly. And from the images we got, it looks great, sounds great. I'm sure it's going to be great. But I'm not as excited for this movie as I am for my number 1 movie, which, I mean, I guess you guys can take a guess of what it is because it's every other film boy's most anticipated film of 2022. And that is, of course, The Batman, directed by Matt Reeves, starring Robert Pattinson as Batman, and then you have Zoe Kravitz, Paul Dano, Colin Farrell, Andy Serkis, Peter Sarsgaard, John Turturro. Really great cast. I've loved Batman my whole life. Obviously, the Dark Knight trilogy is one of the most celebrated things in comic book movie history, but there's something about the Batman that makes it stand out from all the other comic book movies I think we've ever gotten. It looks like it's taken elements of Seven and incorporating it into the world of Batman. Matt Reeves has stated that this is focusing very early on of when Bruce Wayne became Batman, and it's going to have more of a neo-noir spin to it, and the trailers have been bangers. The cast is incredible. Matt Reeves did such a great job with the Planet of the Apes movies. I have no doubt that this isn't going to be good. It looks incredible, and you've been hearing even from people that don't even care for superhero comic book movies that it looks amazing. And also, I just can't wait for people to see this because they're going to watch this. And they're going to be like, oh my god, we've literally doubted Robert Pattinson for the past 10 years. Yeah, no shit, Sherlock. He's an incredible actor, and he's been in some of the best films that have come out these past few years. Matt Reeves wouldn't have casted him if he didn't think he was talented, but trust me, guys, he's a great actor. He wouldn't have been my first choice as Batman, but from the trailers that we've gotten, I'm so amped for this. And it's coming out March 4th, just a few days before my birthday, so this is going to be the best birthday gift I have gotten in a long time when it comes to movies. It could end up being one of the best films of the year. Not just for comic book geeks and superhero fans, but I legit believe this could be one of the best films of the year. It could end up being one of the best superhero films ever made. Maybe the best superhero film ever made? We'll have to see what happens. But yeah, Those are my most anticipated films of 2022. I really appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video and hear me gush about the films I'm looking forward to this year. I want to know the films you're looking forward to this year. Tell me down below what you think of my list. Tell me down below some of the films you're looking forward to. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time.